Scorpio, pause for a moment and really listen, because what I'm about to share with you is not random background noise in your life. If spiders have been showing up around you lately, in the bathroom, in the bedroom, in the kitchen, near windows, doorways, or corners you rarely notice, this isn't just about seasons, weather, or cleaning. It's a pattern. It's a signal. It's the universe using a language that your soul, as a Scorpio, was born understanding, even if your logical mind tries to shrug it off. You may have told yourself, it's just a coincidence. But somewhere inside, there's another voice that whispers, no, this means something. That whisper is the part of you I'm speaking to right now, because these spiders are not just creatures sharing your space. They are mirrors of what is happening in your inner world, and they are trying to tell you something that you cannot afford to ignore. Lately, have you felt as if you're caught in a web you can't fully see, like you've been going in circles with the same emotional patterns, the same kinds of people, the same draining situations that leave you exhausted in a way you can't explain? You break free, or so you think, only to find yourself stuck again. New faces, same energy. This is the invisible web. The beliefs, fears, loyalties, and wounds that quietly weave themselves around your life. The spiders in your home are not causing this web. They're revealing it. They're the universe's way of saying, Scorpio, look closely at what you're entangled in. It's time to change the pattern. Spiders have long been seen as weavers of fate, guardians of thresholds, keepers of hidden knowledge. They sit in the quiet, working in the unseen, building entire worlds out of single threads. Sound familiar? You, Scorpio, are also a weaver, of energy, of emotion, of transformation. You feel deeply, you sense what others hide. You carry intensity in your eyes that most people can't explain. But sometimes, because that power feels like too much, you shrink it. You silence your instincts. You downplay what you know in your bones. And slowly, without meaning to, you create a life that doesn't quite fit your true self. The spiders show up when that gap becomes too wide, when your soul can no longer tolerate the distance between who you are and the life you're living. Pay attention to where you've been seeing them. The universe doesn't waste symbols. A spider in the bathroom often speaks to emotional cleansing. Feelings you've pushed aside, tears you never let fall, grief you've tried to handle alone. A spider in the bedroom can point toward intimacy, trust, vulnerability, the way you let someone close or don't. In the kitchen, spiders echo nourishment. Not just what you eat, but what you feed your spirit with. Are you living off emotional crumbs, Scorpio, when your soul is starving for something real, honest, and deep? Near the front door, they can signal transitions, thresholds, a new chapter waiting for you once you're willing to step through. In the living room, where you host others and perform being okay, they reflect the gap between your social mask and your inner truth. None of these appearances are accidental. Each one is a symbolic post-it note from the universe, stuck to the fabric of your daily life. There's something else happening beneath the surface. Spiders, in their quiet way, are energetic filters. Think about where they build their webs. Corners, edges, forgotten spaces where dust, air, and tension collect. On a symbolic level, they are showing you the energetic corners of your life, where old pain, unspoken resentments, and stale patterns have been stored. You've been carrying emotions that aren't fully yours, other people's fear, their projections, their chaos. The Scorpios are natural alchemists. You absorb poison and try to transform it into something meaningful. But there's a limit. When that gift is misused, when you keep holding what others should be healing in themselves, your body and spirit begin to sag under the weight. The spiders appear as if to say, "Enough, it's time to clean this up, inside and out." Notice how often they come. If you only see one from time to time, it might be a gentle nudge, a reminder that transformation is available if you're willing to look within. If they're appearing daily, creeping into your awareness again and again, then the message is more urgent. Change can't be postponed any longer. And if you've seen more than one at a time or in multiple rooms, it suggests that several areas of your life are asking for renewal at once. Relationships, work, boundaries, habits, self-worth. It's not meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you. The universe isn't trying to punish you, it's trying to align you. Look at how they move. A spider that moves slowly, steadily, building a clean, geometrically beautiful web, reflects an energy of constructive change, inner work that will bring structure and clarity to your life. One that moves erratically, appears in strange places, or seems lost, can reflect the confusion or chaos in your environment, particularly from people or situations that keep you off balance. Your job is not to obsess over every insect. Your job is to notice how the symbolism matches what you already feel but haven't yet named. In many ways, these spiders are reminding you of your own medicine. You too can spin something new from almost nothing. You too have the power to transform venom into healing. Think of what you've lived through. Betrayals, losses, endings that felt like they split you apart. Yet here you are, still sensing, still feeling, still capable of great love. The spiders arrive as quiet teachers saying, "Stop pretending you're weak. You are not trapped in this web. You're the one who can rewrite it." The problem has never been your intensity. The problem has been the stories that taught you to fear it. You've been told directly or indirectly that you're too much, too deep, too suspicious, too emotional, too intense. So what did you do? You began to lower your volume. You stayed quiet when your intuition screamed. You minimized your own needs. You stayed in friendships, relationships, jobs, and dynamics that gave you almost nothing back because you didn't want to be labeled as dramatic or difficult. And slowly, the web tightened. The spiders show up as a living metaphor of that structure. Delicate but strong, invisible until you walk right into it. They're not here to curse you. They're here to ask, gently but firmly, is this really where you want to stay? Imagine for a moment a spider weaving its web in the early hours of the morning. It doesn't rush, it doesn't chase, it doesn't panic. Thread by thread, it creates a design that serves its purpose. Everything is intentional. This is the lesson for you, Scorpio. You don't need to chase people or opportunities that aren't aligned. You don't need to beg for love, validation, or recognition. Your power is in creating a life that is so true to your essence that what belongs to you naturally finds its way in. The spiders are telling you, stop pouring energy into webs that belong to someone else's story. Build your own, slowly, deliberately, unapologetically. You might be wondering, so what am I supposed to do when I see them? On a practical level, of course, keep your home safe, clean, and comfortable. There is nothing wrong with respecting your physical space. But before you react automatically, before you rush to destroy, capture, or ignore, give yourself 3 seconds. 3 seconds to breathe, to notice your emotional state, to ask quietly, what is this showing me about my life right now? Maybe you just had a conversation that left you uneasy, and suddenly there's a spider by the doorway. Maybe you've been thinking about leaving a job, and a spider shows up above your desk. Maybe you've been ignoring your own body's need for rest and nourishment, and one appears in the kitchen as you rush past the fridge again. The point is not superstition, the point is awareness. You are not meant to become paranoid, counting every spider as a prophecy. This is about using symbolism as a mirror to your own intuition. Deep down, you already know which relationship is draining you, which habit is numbing you, which dream you're postponing out of fear. The spiders simply amplify the message so you'll finally listen. When you see one, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "Where am I still betraying myself?" That question alone can unravel more than you expect. There is also a community layer to this. You are not the only Scorpio seeing these signs. Right now, somewhere else in the world, another Scorpio is noticing spiders and feeling the same strange pull in their chest, the same mix of curiosity and unease. That's why speaking your experience out loud matters. When you say something like, "The spiders have found me and I'm ready to transform," you're not casting a spell, you're making a declaration to yourself and to the universe that you're done playing small. You're choosing to be an active participant in your own rebirth, instead of a passive observer waiting for life to happen to you. The more you honor this process, the more you'll notice something shifting inside. You'll start cleaning more than just physical corners. You'll clean emotional corners too. Contacts you kept just in case but never felt right will quietly fall away. You'll stop chasing conversations that always leave you hollow. You'll feel your tolerance for half-truths and half-hearted relationships dropping to zero. That isn't you becoming cold. That's you becoming precise. A spider doesn't weave 10 messy webs when one strong, purposeful web is enough. You don't need endless connections. You need aligned ones. There may be a phase where this feels strange, even lonely. When you start cutting energetic threads that no longer serve you, the space around you can feel empty at first. The old noise disappears before the new harmony arrives. But this in-between space is sacred. It's the cocoon where the old self dissolves and the new self takes form. The spiders appearing during this time are like quiet guardians at the edge of the cocoon, a reminder that transformation often looks like stillness before it looks like movement. Don't mistake this stillness for stagnation. Something profound is rewiring itself in you. You will begin to notice small but powerful shifts, clearer boundaries, sharper intuition, quicker recovery from emotional blows, a new calmness in situations that once triggered you deeply. The more you accept your intensity as a gift instead of a curse, the more magnetic you become. People will feel it in your presence, this quiet, unshakable energy, like someone who has walked through fire and now carries its light instead of its burn. This is the true Scorpio power, not drama, not chaos, but conscious, focused transformation. In time, the spiders will appear less frequently, or you'll simply perceive them differently. They will stop feeling like warnings and start feeling like affirmations. Each one will whisper, "You're on the right path. Keep untangling. Keep honoring your truth." And when that happens, you'll realize something beautiful. The web that once trapped you has become the web you designed, woven from self-respect, spiritual alignment, and emotional authenticity. You are no longer stuck in someone else's pattern. You are living from your own center. As we come to the end of this message, place a hand over your heart for a moment and feel the quiet knowing there. You don't need anyone outside you to validate what you already sense. If this spoke to something deep in you, let that be your confirmation. You are not imagining the signs. You are not overreacting. You are being invited into a deeper, more honest relationship with your own soul. And you are guided more than you know. Let these words land softly. You are free to take what serves you and release what doesn't. This entire message is like a mirror held up to your spirit, reflecting one possible way to interpret the symbols around you. It is not a rigid prophecy or a demand from the universe, but a kind of gentle thought experiment for your soul. If this story about spiders and transformation awakens your intuition, if it makes you feel seen in a way you hadn't felt before, keep the pieces that resonate and let them support your next steps. If some parts don't feel like they belong to your path, let them drift away like a web, glistening for a moment in the sun before disappearing from view. Not every symbol is meant for every Scorpio at the same time, and only your inner knowing can tell you what is truly yours. Remember, you are always the final author of your life. The signs, the spiders, the synchronicities, they can guide, nudge, and illuminate, but they do not control you. You are not destined to be a victim of any web. You are the one who chooses what threads to cut and what new patterns to weave. Let this message empower you, not frighten you. Let it encourage you to listen more deeply to yourself, to honor your sensitivity, to trust the quiet voice inside that has been trying to speak over the noise of the world. Scorpio, the spiders in your home are not random. They are a signal, a symbol, a soft knock on the door of your awareness. Answer it. Look around at your life with clear eyes. Untangle what no longer feels true. Step boldly into the version of yourself that no longer apologizes for being powerful, perceptive, and deep. You are not being punished by these signs. You are being prepared. Prepared to step out of the old web and into a life woven from your own truth, your own courage, your own unshakable spirit.